Is bigger always better? That is the question, and today I'm going to answer that for you in the kitchen. So my name is Mundy, welcome to my kitchen. Today I want to show you that bigger is not always better when it comes to buying your food at your local grocery shop. So I popped into Aldi today and I took a couple of videos, kind of quietly because I felt a bit weird, but I took a video of cheese and yogurt and hummus and oats. And I'll just show you the difference that the unit price, the price per 100 mils or per 100 grams or ounces, depending on where you are from, the difference that it does make, and it all just does add up to what you spend at the checkout when you're doing your groceries. So I'll show you some of those, and then I'll also show you what to do with, well, large amount of food, what to do to keep it so that it doesn't go off and you're not wasting any money. Right, so I'm in my local Aldi and there is a Mundy pack of red-trapped oats, which is a 1.6 kilo bag, and that is $6.49 or 41 cents per 100 grams. Further down the aisle there is Australian rolled oats, basically same product but just without a fancy packaging. It's 750 grams, so you can see it's $1.59, but it's 21 cents per 100 grams. So as you can see, I ended up buying the small packet of oats, which actually worked out to be much cheaper per unit price. I put it in a airtight container, a nice glass jar. In previous videos I've discussed why this is a staple, for when you're making your own muesli or granola, or to add it as fillings in meatballs, or toppings for things like apple crumble. A very useful staple to have. But anyway, I decided that this was much more economical, even though the other packet looked like it was going to be a bit of a bargain, but it was actually twice as much. We've got 2 kilos of Greek yogurt for $10.99. The tub's right there. Right next door we've got 1 kilo tubs for $3.49 a kilo. I bought my kilo of yogurt as opposed to the one that's in a bigger bucket of the stuff. Now, yogurt is pretty good. It will stay fresh for some time. The expiry date on this one is the 27th of June, so it's got quite a few weeks. And also, it does lurk in the fridge quite happily once you've opened it. Can I recommend though, and a friend of mine told me this just recently, instead of just digging the stuff out with a spoon and then getting some of the whey pooling in it, if you sort of dig it out but then smooth it out, then you don't get that pooling, which I thought was pretty cool, pretty clever, instead of tipping the watery stuff that it seems to separate when you just kind of dig it out. So there you go, handy tip for keeping your yogurt. Also do these large tubs of hummus. So you can see here, there's a kilo of it, and it's $5.99 or 60 cents per 100 grams. Right next door, you've got hummus, which is 200 grams, or $2.39. You can see it's $1.20 per 100 grams. It's much cheaper to buy a kilo of hummus than it is to buy the stuff that's about 200 mils. Now look, if you're going to go to a party or something and you just need something quick and easy, then by all means buy the smaller tub. But if you're going to be using this around home, then let's face it, a kilo is much better, in terms of unit value. The trouble with this is that it says, once open, consume within 5 days. Now I don't know about you, unless you've got quite a large family, I personally am going to struggle in using all this hummus up in 5 days. So, a few things that you can do with your hummus. Obviously, you can just use it as a dip. The second thing you can do with your hummus is you can use it as a salad dressing. So if you have a salad that's quite wet because it's got things like chopped up tomato in it, a good dollop of your hummus makes a fantastic salad dressing. So that will help use it up also. You can also use it to thicken things up like a curry, like a chickpea curry or a lentil curry. It's beautiful. You can just put it on a sandwich with some cheese and some tomato and some pepper, and it's delicious. I just had that for lunch myself. But anyway, if you find that you still have a fair amount of the stuff in the pot and it's getting up to be, or it's getting close to the 5 days, what you can do is you can freeze it. These, again, sorry, I use them all the time. They really are fantastic. So put your hummus in here, stick it in the freezer. Once it's frozen, put it in a little plastic bag with a marker so that you know what it is, because it can look very similar to things like, you know, the frozen coconut that you've got in the fridge, in the freezer, I should say. And yes, then you've always got it on hand. And this amount is just great if you want to have a quick snack. It actually thaws out surprisingly quickly and easily. You don't have to put it in a microwave. You know, give it a few minutes and it'll be ready to go. So definitely worthwhile, I would say, getting your hands on a kilo of hummus as opposed to just a small tub of the stuff. We have a special at the moment for a kilo of 700 grams of shredded cheese. So that's in there. So 750 grams, or it means it's $12.84 per kilo. Or you can go to right next door and it's $9.29 for a kilo block. When it comes to buying cheese, you're paying for the convenience of having it already grated. In fact, it's $3 difference per kilo, as shown in the video. So I have now bought myself a kilo of cheese. Now, as a New Zealander and somebody who really likes her cheese, I could probably go through that very quickly. But anyway, I'm trying to be good, you know, cholesterol and all that sort of stuff. The other thing too is you can actually make your own grated cheese. You just need one of these. It's really simple and easy. If you want to stick it in the freezer, it freezes remarkably well. So obviously you wouldn't want to put a whole block of this like so in the freezer, but grate it up first. Here's something I've prepared earlier. All right, so I've grated a whole hunk of the cheese and now I've put it into my little plastic bag. I'm going to put the date on it and just say that it's tasty cheese. And then if you sort of like even bend it over or something, then just put it in your freezer, and then you've got 2 reasonable serves of it ready to go. So there we are. Some handy tips and some ideas and thoughts about, you know, is bigger always better when it comes to doing your grocery shopping? Let me know in the comments below if there are any other things that are of the same idea, all right, and things to watch out for. That would be great. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and all of that, and I'll see you again soon.